Hello everyone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a live video. I'm testing out my equipment that I have some new equipment set up for doing webinars, and I think we're gonna minimize this preview because that actually there's some lag there, so that makes it just a little confusing. But I just want to come on and do an experiment, do a test. And so what I'm going to do for testing out my equipment, a lot of people talk about privacy nowadays, privacy on the internet. And so I was just going to demonstrate how you can have a free VPN to use while you're web browsing. What's a VPN? That's a virtual private network. And you probably heard about those. And there's ones that you can buy. This one is a free one. It's not the same as the ones that you buy. The ones that you buy will take all the traffic from your internet and route it through some other servers so that that places you are on the internet do not know where your traffic came from. But with a browser one that's built into a browser, it just routes your browser traffic so that the sites that you visit do not know where you came from. So let's switch over to, if this works right, we'll switch over to my desktop. And first of all, before I show you this site, let's go over to Google. And we're going to say, what is my IP? And see, this will show you your, I don't know if you can see that very well, up in this little section right here is your IP address. And so we're going to look at that, and we'll take another look at it later. But that is my actual IP address here at home. And so any place that I visit can see that IP address and trace things back to me. So what we're going to do to have a free VPN, we are going to use what's called the Opera browser. Now you may have Internet Explorer, you may have Safari, there's also Firefox, Google Chrome. But this one's called Opera, and it's actually a pretty good browser to use. It has lots of features, but one of the features is a virtual private network. So what you'll do is you'll go to Opera, www.opera.com, and you'll be able to go and download the browser to your computer. And then once you have it installed, it'll come up and load. And so we have this window right here. And once the browser is running, you'll need to go to the settings, and I'm on a Mac on this particular instance. So you'll go to settings, system preferences, I believe. Let's see if these come up. Nope, sorry. I was on the Mac preferences. Here we go, Opera preferences. That's what happens when you go live. You make mistakes, but that's part of it. So you go to the preferences, and what you're going to want to do when you go to preferences is scroll all the way to the bottom, and then there's going to be some advanced preferences, and we're going to keep scrolling till we get to a little section that's called VPN. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to check to turn on the VPN. There's another option for bypass VPN for default search engine or search engines. So when you're on your search engines, it won't use the VPN. And the reason why you might want to do that is so that the search engine will localize for you. Because if you don't and you're running your VPN through China, then you might get search results for China, and it won't be valid or for what you're needing. So we'll just leave that on for right there. So the settings are set up like that. We'll go back over to Google. Now the problem is, see, I set that, so it's going to bypass it for Google. So the VPN won't turn on, but we'll see if we can turn it. Can't turn it on. So we're going to go back. We're going to turn off that bypass. I'm going to say, no, I want my search engine to run through VPN. Okay. So then we'll go back over to Google. And if you look up in that corner next to the little lock there, which shows that you're on a secure connection, there's a little icon now that says VPN, and it's a light blue. When it's light blue, it means it's running. If it was turned off, it would be dark. So real quick, let's just do a refresh. And now my public IP address is completely different. Well, I wonder where we're at. Well, if you click up here on the blue VPN where it says it's on right now, it's just doing an optimal location, and then it tells me what my IP address is while I'm running through the VPN. And see, I could change this. I could select Europe, the Americas, and Asia. So if you're needing to come or to appear like you're coming from another part of the world and not coming from the United States, I'm sure it's probably showing I'm coming from the United States. Let's see if it will tell me. Sometimes they'll give you a location. I'm coming from. Here we go. Link. I'm Sweden. There we go. So right now it thinks I'm coming from Sweden. So that's my optimal location right here, as I'm coming from Sweden. But I could change that. I could tell it I want to come from somewhere other than Europe. I want to come from Asia. But that way, if for some reason, the reason I have used this feature is because sometimes there's sites that I want to use that, because of our government or whatever, they're afraid of the United States, and so they will block anyone coming from the United States, just because, you know, it's just too much trouble to deal with anything with the Americans. So sometimes I'll just say, hey, I'm not from the United States, and I will jump to another country, or for whatever reason, just look like I'm coming from some other place. So anyway, so you can set that to optimal, turn on the VPN, and so now when you're browsing the internet, as long as that little light blue icon is up there, you will look like you're coming from a different IP address. See, like if we go to eBay, eBay thinks I'm coming from Europe. I don't see it doing anything. I thought it might do something special. Let's try Amazon. See if Amazon, they have different sites, so they might try to redirect me. Nope. See, I'm already logged in, so it knows that I'm trying to come from Springfield. So anyway, that's basically how you do it. If you install the Opera browser, you can then just turn on the VPN setting and look like you are coming from a different IP address. And you know, there's different reasons for doing that are pretty cool. I won't go into all of them. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. I'll show some other things later on, the other features in here, some other ways of being more secure, more private online. But that's just one of them, and I just wanted to test my system. Let's switch back. So yeah, just testing out the system using some OBS software and some different things, a new microphone and a camera and all of that. So, and want to just test it out, see how it does for live, because I'm going to be doing some webinars, and just really wanted to make it all great for people. Looky there, I got people saying hi to me. I got my cousin there. We'll say hey back, because Chris says sounds good. So there you go. So that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to stop it now. So it should be when I stop the stream, Facebook Live will stop, and it will record this for eternity or something like that. Anyway, we'll see how Zuckerberg does with it. But anyway, so that's pretty much for Friday night. I'll try to do some more videos, maybe some more tips and helps with technical things and things like that, just to help people out. And that's it for tonight. So have a good Friday night and an awesome weekend.